Superstar of the Year. This is the best of the best, the cream of the crop, the guy at the very top. What do you know about bars? We're going to start off with Brock Lesnar.
Shit.
Well,
I'm sorry, what?
Nominee for Superstar of the Year, Brock Lesnar. And Duke, you kind of just went over it a little bit there, even though you were kind of taking some shots at me.
Yeah.
But he beat the streak. He conquered The Undertaker, conquered John Cena, became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion, is the current reigning, can't really say defending, but he's a WWE World Heavyweight Champion, and yeah, this guy's had an amazing year. He's undefeated. So.
Even though I am the PR consultant for Brock Lesnar, I have no choice whatsoever to vote for him because he said he would eat me. So you have to. I mean, look though, on the bright side, he did beat the streak. He's the WWE champion, and he's the only man that's ever completely shut out John Cena. That guy was squashed in the main event of the second biggest pay-per-view of third at this point biggest pay-per-view of the year. So
If we're talking about the impact that they made, and if that's the qualifier to make them Superstar of the Year, then Brock Lesnar is it hands down. He's made one of the biggest impacts in this long year than any superstar has made, perhaps in the history of the WWE. One of, not the biggest. So certainly, yeah, that. But it's difficult for me to look at him as a Superstar of the Year candidate when he's only being considered for this for 2 dates, WrestleMania and SummerSlam. That's the only 2 qualifiers that we have to put him in this category. But we'll see.
2 huge fucking dates, though.
They are.
Two things that people would have thought would have been impossible. You beat The Undertaker at WrestleMania, and you beat the shit out of John Cena. Like, man, those 2 dates, but 2 dates. Like,
and I agree. And if we're talking about impact, hands down. But if we're going to consider Brock Lesnar, then what about a guy like Daniel Bryan, who won the World Heavyweight title at the start of the year and just got hurt? I mean, he had a great few matches, too. So,
So, what are the exact qualifications for Superstar of the Year again?
ending the freaking
whoever is voting, you decide.
ending the freaking
No, I mean, like,
streak.
what?
How about that?
What's your description? What's your description of the Superstar of the Year?
Best of the best, cream of the crop. This is a guy that
All right, so
is blazing trails and I guess most entertaining. It's whatever you want it to be.
okay.
What do you
I didn't
want
know
to
if
be?
you had I didn't know if you had specifically where I think it was either Manny or David who said something about impact. I didn't know if that was in there because that would completely change the way I look at it. But I think Brock Lesnar did a lot of good things this year, but I don't think it was enough. Like, I think he did a lot of good things that merit him being maybe in your top 2 or top 3 for who should be Superstar of the Year, but I just don't think he did enough to merit winning it because, I mean, he did do some amazing things, but he wasn't there doing the promos. He wasn't there doing all the other things that it takes to be a superstar on a week-in, week-out basis. Like, does anybody here have Brock Lesnar in their fave 5 right now?
that's the thing. Like, how can you? He hasn't been here to do anything with it.
David, put your hand down. He's not going to eat you.
David has Brock Lesnar in his fave 5 and 20 other people, so.
Hey. 19 and a half.
Who's that other half? El Torito or Hornswoggle? Or...
Yeah.
Daniel Bryan.
I think...
Oh!
Never mind. That was too racist. I'm done.
Okay, next up, Roman Reigns.
I mean, he's had a good year.
Oh, yeah!
That sounded more like Macho Man there.
Make it rain, man. Make it rain. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. I'm gonna beat your ass, man, and I'm gonna... Hunter, what does this say here? Oh, in this bitch. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna make it rain in this bitch. Yeah.
So nobody on Roman Reigns?
He started off the year with the most eliminations in Royal Rumble history, and of course he was a part of some great Shield matches, but ever since he's gone solo, it's just seemed kind of forced. Some of the things that he does, like the whole cocking that all the time, it's just kind of, it was unique at first, but he just does it way too much, and the sports hernia didn't help matters. He was off TV for a long time, so he didn't get the chance to capitalize on whatever amount of build that he had. So I can't go Roman.
He embarrassed himself too many times to win this award. I mean, they already rigged it for him for the Slammies. I don't think we should.
I will say in his favor, though, he was a part of a lot of great matches with the Shield. He also, like Manny said, most eliminations in Royal Rumble history. Then he got some big wins over Randy Orton. He got a win over Seth Rollins on Monday Night Raw. We didn't get a chance to see that match at a pay-per-view because he ended up getting injured. But yeah, Roman Reigns, he did have some great points in 2014. Was it enough to get him to the point of Superstar of the Year? Judging by what my co-hosts have said already, no.
Well, I mean, at the same time, there are some points that you can look at. Like, if you look at just like Shield members who might be on this list, he could outrank some of them if you look at it from a fact of how many championship matches have they been in, how many main event type of feuds have they been in, how many of all that kind of stuff. I mean, you had Roman Reigns Battleground, and you had all the different stare-offs with John Cena. You obviously probably would have thrown him in.
Are you being serious or?
I'm saying there's definitely a case that you can make for Roman Reigns. I don't think it's strong enough.
Oh, you know what?
There's a case you can make for Roman Reigns to win this. It's not
Sandals
where
case.
I'm going with it, but I'd understand. It's not where I'm going with it, but I mean,
you honestly made it worse.
Definitely make a case for it.
At first, I was like, you know what? He could have a case, but after that John Cena stare down thing, no, should drop him off the category.
You still put him in a situation to do these things. Like, the WWE may have forced a lot of this on us, but they forced him into situations where you have to consider some of the places he's been over the last year and wonder, he has a legitimate case to be in this race.
Okay, next up we have Dean Ambrose.
Yeah, no, he hasn't done enough for me to be Superstar of the Year. He hasn't made enough of an impact. He's the breakout star, goddammit. If we're talking about from where he started to where he ended, Dean Ambrose is breakout star, but whatever. Superstar of the Year is a whole different thing. You have to be on top of the mountain. You have to, for me at least, to have at some point challenged for the WWE title, let alone even winning it. So, nah, not Dean Ambrose, not quite yet.
He hasn't done anything. I'm sorry, Dean. You're awesome, but he hasn't really had any accomplishments.
Yeah, I pretty much echo those same comments. This guy has lost every big match that he's been in since departing the Shield, except for the match at Tribute to the Troops. That was the only one he's actually won. And
Roman Reigns
if
has
anyone,
more accomplishments.
Like, I was honestly looking at this category, and I wanted to put someone else in this spot other than Dean Ambrose. But I talked to Charlie, and Charlie was talking about how basically he gets a pass because of his work that he did when he was in the Shield. So basically, he's getting a pass for what he did the first half of the year, not necessarily the second half.
Oh my! Who else were you considering?
I don't know, but
I'd say Roman Reigns has a better argument of being here than Dean Ambrose does.
Definitely.
To be fair. So,
and we also have John Cena being nominated for Superstar of the Year.
John Cena's been involved in a lot
all year.
But he's been involved in a lot of great stuff this year. I mean, he came into the year feuding for the World Heavyweight Championship, which of course he lost. Well, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, whatever the fuck they're calling it these days. And then he had, probably for me, the feud of the year with Bray Wyatt. He went on after that to get dominated by Brock Lesnar, but still that was a big time moment. And he came back strong from that in challenging Brock Lesnar at Night of Champions. And he's still on the roll right now. So I think a good case can be made for him. I'm sure a lot of people don't want to vote for him for the sheer fact that he's John Cena. And he's seen as the face of the company. And they want something different. It's almost like Jordan fatigue when he was getting all the MVPs. But I think you can, if you're looking at it fairly, you can make a significant case for John Cena.
Yeah, and that's the thing about it. Like, people usually look at it like, oh, hey, John Cena, of course he's going to be nominated. I actually said that myself. Like, hell, his name is John Cena, so of course he's getting nominated for Superstar of the Year. But this has been one of the best years in John Cena's career in recent memory. I think that he's delivered some great in-ring performances. He's had some really good feuds. He has improved immensely on the mic, and he's broken that mold that he usually sticks to with the good guy, Boy Scout character. Like, he's broken away from that and actually has been able to flex a little bit and show off what he's capable of in 2014. And, you know, one of those things being the fact that he's finally accepting his position as a top dog in the company. So I say kudos to John Cena. He's had a great 2014.
And he is cocky about it too, isn't he?
Yes.
I think
he's done a lot.
I'd like to compliment him, but I am sick to death of these David loves John Cena. That you know how long ago it's been? I don't even think that hoodie fits me anymore. Please, let it go, people.
I can't say anything nice about John Cena because people are going to talk about me.
No, I can't. All right. He won the WWE Championship. Okay. He was in a match of the year quality match. He took the greatest ass whooping of all time in professional wrestling history, maybe of all time, period. And he has improved on the mic. So I could definitely see why he would be a Superstar of the Year contender.
And we also have the final nominee, Seth Rollins,
who has done some big things since turning since going solo. I mean, he was involved in some great matches in the Shield, just like Roman Reigns was. The difference between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins is that Seth Rollins was a big part of what made those matches great, with some of the high-flying spots that he did and the excitement that he brought to the table. Since he's gone solo, he's completely revamped his character, and he's turned into the top heel in the company. So, yes, Seth Rollins is a definite contender for Superstar of the Year, just not Breakout Star.
I can't see how those don't go hand in hand, though, but...
Fantastic moments.
I can see exactly what Manny's saying, except as long as you remove the whole not breakout star thing, I think Manny has it right on the head.
From that, and they provided him with an absolutely amazing platform when he departed the Shield, giving him that support system within the Authority, turning him into a heel, and all of the things that I talked about earlier on in the show with them grooming Seth Rollins to be able to stand on his own 2 feet, and to see where he started out, where I was like, this guy is talented, but he is not compelling. I don't really care about him. To where he is now, that dude is the motherfucking man. So, yeah, Seth Rollins, he's awesome.
I think Seth Rollins had some fantastic moments. He has established himself as the top heel in the company. He has probably done the best job as far as differentiating himself from the Shield. He has got away from that, and he is going to have an excellent career in front of him. His accomplishments, he had the Money in the Bank briefcase, and he managed not to get jobbed out like everybody else, so that is absolutely fantastic. He for sure deserves some consideration.
Yeah, he's done a great job with the Money in the Bank briefcase by making it completely irrelevant. Because I don't look at Seth Rollins and say, oh, gloom and doom, you have that Money in the Bank briefcase. I look at Seth Rollins and I see Seth Rollins. I look at Seth Rollins and see a guy who may not even necessarily need Money in the Bank. Well, I mean, with the current champion, you probably do, but, you know, otherwise,
Yeah,
anybody
what is
else
Seth Rollins going to do without that briefcase, Jay?
With our current champion, nothing, but I could see Seth Rollins without Money in the Bank if we didn't have Brock Lesnar as champion becoming WWE World Heavyweight Champion. But let's go ahead and wrap this up. Your votes for Superstar of the Year.
For me, it's a toss-up between Brock Lesnar and John Cena. It just depends on which way I want to go because Brock Lesnar's had the most impact, but then again, John Cena has been there the entire time to continue to make an impact. So I think I'm going to go with John Cena.
I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. He ended the streak. I mean, not only did he end the streak, he has run amok through the entire roster. When he comes out there, he shuts the whole show down. All eyes are on him, and he is the only guy on there who honestly seems bigger than what all the other people on the roster are. It seems like he can kill almost all of them. Honestly, anybody they throw in front of him, especially what he did to John Cena, he's gonna run them over. He squashed John Cena. He became the WWE World Heavyweight Champion. And even though he's not really defending it, his accomplishments, those accomplishments right there, I mean, the only other person you could say that has another case, John Cena, he has another brilliant case. He definitely improved himself. This is one of the best years of his career. And I feel that Seth Rollins, what he was able to do with himself was absolutely mind-boggling. Because when he was in the Shield, he was always that, he's going to be here. And people were like, oh, you know what? Seth Rollins, he's going to be working the vending machines. He's going to be, giving people hot dogs. And then he moved to security, I believe. And now here he is being nominated for Superstar of the Year. But all in all, I'm going to have to go with Brock Lesnar. He has the best case.
I'm going to have to go with Roman Reigns. And I'm serious about it. Because you're talking about a guy who, coming straight out of being in one of the most dominant factions that'll probably go down in history as one of the most dominant factions, immediately inserts himself into the main event scene, into programs with Randy Orton, into stare-downs, even though they were unsuccessful, with John Cena, into championship matches, into all these different things that you wouldn't expect somebody who just got put on the spot to do. I mean, his hernia surgery did hold him back, and I mean, I almost didn't pick him for that reason. But if you really look at the impact that he's had, if you're looking at John Cena, this is kind of, to me, this has been a year of, it's another year of John Cena to me. John Cena's been doing some things, and I can't pick somebody as a Superstar of the Year when they get suplexed on their head 16 damn times. Brock Lesnar wasn't around enough for me to consider him to be a Superstar of the Year. And then you get to Dean Ambrose, isn't a Superstar of the Year. Seth Rollins, it just kind of seemed like it was Roman Reigns' spot to take, and I think that based on at least 3/4 of his year, he did that.
For me, Superstar of the Year, undeniably, Seth Rollins.
You're not even going to explain that?
We kind of did that already.
I guess.
Yeah, that was in the email that I sent you today. But anyway, yes, that's it. We've made our picks. And you guys are free to make yours. Head over to PWFempire.com/Dubbys to vote in the 2014 Year-End Awards. And we'll be back at you next week with another plethora of categories. We have a lot more to discuss on the front of the best in 2014, and I guess we'll see you next time. On behalf of all of my co-hosts, Duke, David, Manny, I am Jay. Thanks for tuning in. Peace out.